So in the last video, I told you about how we architect our folder directory, which is like model, views, and controller. And in the last part, I have completely showed you how to build models and how model works. So what basically model is, which is a schema, which is like contains the different parameters and behaviors of any parameter, right? So if I show you, I can go to the home. We have used model somewhere over here. Yeah. So this is our model, which takes check, time, and text, all three values in it, and create an object. So this is basically an object. I will tell you about objects, and this is like basic concept. It will be covered sooner or later. So right now, just think of it as a container which has three parameters, right? So this box just is a box, and it has a check, text, and time as a value. And how we create it? We create a class style data and create a constructor. This is called a constructor. If you don't know that, this is a constructor, and this is automatically called whenever someone calls something, right? And we have created three parameters. So what we have did, string required, and we added required to make sure, okay, every time someone creates an object using child data, it has to put the string on it, right? That's the main thing. So that's the pretty much what we did. Using that, we have reduced our code to like few lines, okay? And in this video, I will be reducing this code to like very few lines, like 10 to 20 lines each page, and we'll be making sure each and everything is clear, right? So I'm just removing all the extra stuff, all the extra part, making few functions, making few folders and stuff, making it look very clean. Okay, yeah, let's go start. So that's the thing. Okay, so starting from after that, we have to move to a views. So what is view? Views is nothing, it's very simple. It's screens, right? So on the screens, this part is views, right? Anything which is visual to the users is views, and that's why we call it a view, like user can view it. So to the columns, which the widgets we have built, like custom widgets, alert, container, padding, column text, custom text, size box, all of them are the views, right? Are in the views. So that's what it basically is. So it's like a structure of widgets, basically a screen, right? And also the final thing, which is a controller. Controller in simple terms connects views and model, right? So right now we are just using the model in very simple terms, but sometimes you can use the controller to connect the model reactive to the data. We can achieve it by state management. So state management is referred to changing the data, like on any change in the data, changing the view on depending on the changing on the data. Okay, so that's what we call state management. We can use third-party state management tools that provide packages. I will tell you about them in further videos, which will get text providers, block, clean, and other stuff. Right now, the state management we are using is set state. So it's very simple. It just rebuilds these things which it variable depends on. So basically that's the state status. So we are going to use the advanced technique, which are like providers, block, or the river pods, or the getX, which is very good, and all this third party. It will be covered in the next video, so don't think about it, right? So this is the MVC structure, this is the back end, this is the front end, and this is the connectors in the simple term, right? So it is the back end for the web developers, front end for the web developers, and make it, it's API. It's not so simple, it's not essentially an API, it's a connector. Right, so that's the MVC model. So moving forward, I know views are very simple. Let's architect the structure. So in this architecture, the main thing is a naming convention too, right? I told you about the naming convention and the architecture. So naming convention for the coding is like two types. So for each class, you have to start with the uppercase. So if I create a class name, so class name, so must be uppercase. So I can make Thunder class, and we can't use space. So every time we have a second word, we just use the uppercase to signify that. So that's the class name, the ideal class name. That's ideal nomenclature name format. Let's make it simple, right? Okay. But then for variables, we don't use the capital at the start. and we don't use the numbers, right? Always remember, don't start with the digits. Okay, so you can't make something like 1 2 3 with underclass or something like that. You can make underclass 1 2 3 but not 1 2 3 underclass, or you can also not use a special character too. It's like you can't use special character in start. You can use special character at all, right? You can use underscore, like that's normal, and can't use space, no spaces. That's the basic idea. Okay, so variables, the general idea would be starting with lowercase, so thunder variable. Then you can go the camel casing. So what's the basic camel casing is? So just like camel, start with the lowercase then uppercase, right? So that's the camel casing, right? It's a camel casing, so I make it a camel casing. Okay, that's the camel casing. There's another type of structure you people follow, which is like using underscore. So if I have the space, I go thunder, I go rebel. That also works. It's always makes it like I usually use this camel casing, and you can use it to like anything you want. So basically what I do, I use this for files because it like makes it very clear. So if I make a home screen, so I can just apply screen, right? If I can login underscore screen, so it is very good to, on that case. And I use this for the variable. So that's pretty much it, right? You can create the keywords any variable like this. So that's the basic architecture. So let's structure our project according to it. So starting from, we have tile. Let's name underscore tile data. Naming is very important. Here, I think I didn't understand that. Tile underscore data. We have to change the name. It will do automatically. I just did the wrong thing. Okay, just restart it. Yeah. So then we have the widget. So we will go to our home screen. First, let's start with the main. So best thing is to start with the main. We are cleaning the code, so remove the extra packages. It's saying us to always do control dot add constant modifier. So it's the basic thing, right? Ignore. So we just did. So this is our like filing code. Then we go to the home screen. We can see we have task controllers. We have certain things. Okay, and we have our data, which is like right now we have our data over here. I can make it into constant so that we can store it in the constant strip. After that we have scaffold, so let's make a constant file. Let's go. Yeah, I just got it. Right now this is good. We have to make a controller, and I'll tell you how to make a controller, like using getex and stuff. Okay, after that we have this. We have to make sure it's completely usable. We will create a dialog. This is the dialog. We will extract a widget from it. Okay, it cannot be extracted with a class method, right? Okay, so this may give me some time. Boom, boom. We will just define the code. First, like everywhere, ignore the replace with the intermission. Here you are removing the line, right? Remove the unnecessary container. Add cons for the integral. Move child above. Basically, these are the terms which are very crucial in this. Yeah, so that's that. So now let's firstly we'll focus on this floating action button. We can take the exactly floating action button and extract the floating action on the reference animal class container. So as we are taking the data from here, we can't like divide it. So yeah, that's the basic statement, and we can use in the further videos. Right now, just clean the code, let's drop it up, and on press we just drop it up here. App bar is good. Checkbox down. We have our function over here ready. Okay, this is the function we have created, and that's the thing. This is also necessary, and this is also necessary. Floating action button, I can create a method around it, right? So let's go custom floating action button, right? So as we are doing, camel casing, edit, so code is running. Then we will extract a method again, custom add part. We created that. Then we wrap it with another widget. Custom list. Task list. So that's basically it. So we can now say our code is this. Then we will just have different model of functions. And this is very clean shit, right? We can make using the controller, and we will show you the next part. We can make it more efficient, more good. That's it. I think code is working perfectly, no issues at all, right? So we can just create a folder, views, put this folder into this dot. Okay, put the widgets into this. We are creating app theme. Home increment. I don't think this is needed anymore. We don't require an input from human. Settings range here, profile, and everything. Let's stay with it, right? Okay, so that's it for the video. Thank you. Have a nice day. So that's the basic MVC model. I'll show you about the controller in the further videos. Thank you.